Um, a career-changing opportunity where that it is available for us that's at the doorstep of everybody here in the United Kingdom. But like they say, information is power. What you don't know, you don't know. And for us to bring for knowledge sake and for people to know what is obtainable and available for them in the career world. That is why we have put this together. And once again, I want to welcome everyone. On behalf of Mr. Tosin Wonifari, who is the CEO of T21 Services Limited, I especially welcome you all. Let me quickly talk about T21. T21 Services Limited is an IT organization, a one-stop shop for IT and consultancy services. It is headquartered here in the United Kingdom with offices and branches in different parts of the world, United States, in New Zealand, other parts of Europe, and also Nigeria, Ghana, and some other countries in Africa. What is done basically in T21 is anything IT, training, recruitment, and consultancy services, including educational consultancy services. All these are offered by T21 Services, and it is to give opportunity to people to have something to leverage on, people who want to transition in their career, want to move from whatever they are doing to IT, people who want to advance their career in IT. There are several trainings that are available with T21. People who want to do app development, any software that you think you want to do, T21 is a sure plug. And for those who want to do now, who are looking into migration through the academic route or who want to come and study in the United Kingdom, T20 or any some other part of Europe, T21 is also a destination to touch to make sure all these are sorted and handled by professionals. There are, if you of course to visit our website, training.t21services.co.uk, you will have access to a number of trainings that are being offered. And if you check t21services.co.uk as a general website, you see a range of services that are managed and that are done, that are carried out by well-trained professionals in the company. And that is one of the things in one of the aspects, which is training and recruitment, is the platform with which we have brought this together to put this together and have this session for people for free, so people can have information as to what is obtainable in their within their confine. And on that note, I want to welcome the CEO of T21, Mr. Tosin Wonifari, for a brief welcome note. Mr. Tosin Wonifari, you're welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Tunde. Thank you for having me. Good evening. My name is Ambassador Tosin Wonifari. I'm the CEO and the founder of T21 Services UK, T21 Consultancy Service Nigeria, T21 Service Poland, also African Union Gateway around the world. And we're going to be having some introduction to RTT roles, some job roles in NHS that you might have never heard of, and you don't even know that he existed. And we're just trying to help ourselves in a way that we can, opening up to opportunities, shares the information that is obtainable out there, and also help you and guide you on how to navigate and get there. So thank you very much, everyone. Please pay maximum attention. It is very, very important. You're going to be getting a lot of information that you will not normally see out there today in terms of, migrating to UK. That being said, there's other opportunity that we have in T21, because I'm sure that some people join from Nigeria, Africa, and there are other opportunities if you want to migrate to other parts of the world. So we have what we call talent exports and remote working. T21 Services, both in Nigeria, UK, and Europe have just got the license to be able to export talent from African countries to, European country, Asian country, American, and etc. So please pay maximum attention. If this one is not for you, we have other things that will be for you. Or tell your friends to join this, it's going to benefit them. Information is power. Stay tuned. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much. And thank you for that short and concise one. That is about T21, and that was the founder. Without wasting time, because today I know people might have gone to work and some people are still planning to resume a night shift. I want to go it's the nail on the head. Why are we here? Basically, for this evening, I meet several other things that have been done by T21. Today, we are here to talk about a particular career path, which is called the RTT validation and information management in the NHS. So what does this mean? What do we do? What does it entail? I will just give us a brief overview of what it means. Then we'll go into what is involved. Basically, the RTT is called the referral to treatment. Referral to treatment is actually a rule in the NHS that covers so many other things, including appointment scheduling, clinic letter writing, documentation, waiting list management, patient registration, and several other things that are under the tool, which provide so many opportunities for people to tap into, to have a career that everybody will be proud of as an individual in the United Kingdom. Now, referral to treatment, like I said, is a processing, it's an auditing, it's a quality control tool in the NHS. Please pay attention to that. It is an NHS thing. It is something that NHS relies strongly on to provide the best of their services to their patients. That is what NHS is relying on to be sure that patients get the best of their services. Today, if you ask so many people today, what is their issue with NHS, they will tell you is the waiting time. And how is NHS addressing waiting time? How is NHS managing waiting lists? How is NHS managing waiting hours? It is through the effective and efficient use of their RTT tools. And that is what we'll be looking at. Now, as it stands, RTT, it's a gateway to career in NHS. And also, it's a doorstep that to the IT world. If you do not have any background in IT, if you do not have any experience in IT, and you are looking at transitioning into IT, RTT is the easiest route to go into IT because it is something that can be done by anybody who can safely operate a smartphone or a computer or anything or any device. Once you can manage any of those devices, you can definitely do this job. However, the fact that I said if you can operate a smart device, that you can do the job, does not mean that it is the technical know-how is something that you can be found on a tablet or on a smartphone or on a system. No, it is basically not like that. It is something that is a skill that needs to be mastered well, so as to be able to beat the trend of competition when you want to get a job with it. It is something that the NHS rely on and has invested on much on and is still investing on to make sure they give the best of their service in almost all the trusts. As of today, there is no trust where you get to where you do not have RCT team been expanding on daily basis. If you want to check this, for those who have access to the NHS job website, if you just put NHS RCT validation or pathway validation or pathway whatever, any of those things that are related to it, if you put it on the NHS job website, you will see hundreds and thousands of jobs that will pop up. You can now streamline based on your location, but then there is job. Funny enough, you will now come back tomorrow or 2 days later to check. you will see another set of jobs that have been added. As some entries are closing, some job applications are expiring, so many other new ones actually coming up. And that is the basic thing that sells RTT, that the job is always out there for everybody. And that is why there is nobody that will have this skill and that will be stranded on job. Now, for this role, it is a role that provides you with the opportunity to do your 9 to 5 job with NHS, work in the office, do your 9 to 5 job. If you are public holidays, bank holidays, you are off work. If you want to do additional shifts, that is open to you. That if you want to make more money, that is available to you. But for the job itself, it's an 8 to 4 or 9 to 5 job. In fact, I will call it a tea drinking job because this is a job that when you start doing, you will go into you get to your office, go to your system, get to your desk, put a cup of tea in front of you, a cup of coffee, and you keep doing what you are doing, and seamlessly you are cruising, doing your work stress-free, no running around, sit on the system and do your professional job. And you will agree with me that these jobs like this are things that open your brains to thinking because it exposes you to a whole lot. It exposes you to see and know a whole lot about the workings of the health system, about workings of how doctors work. And let me also say that this job is a job that exposes you to the medical field. And there are a whole lot that comes with this job. This job, it has a whole lot of potentials. And like I said, there are so many job opportunities, there are so many roles that are attached to this opportunity. And some of them is what we have listed here. Patient pathway administrator, patient pathway coordinator, pathway assistant, pathway coordinator, just name it. And these are few out of the roles you can do. If you look at waiting list manager, if you look at waiting list coordinator, if you look at appointment scheduler, if you look at just look at all those basic admin roles that has a touch of IT, then you will be able by this you'll be able to do a whole lot and offer yourself a dream career and a way to transition into this. Now, before we go into this, like I said, this job is something that anybody who can operate a system or a smartphone can do. However, it still does not make it something that every Tom, Dick, and Harry can lay hands and do. If you like, as easy as I said it is, if you lay your hand on any of the job description, what they will write there to you will look like jargons, will look like blabbing, because it is something that is not known to you. It's a new terrain, it's something that you are not used to, it's something that is not available in any other system. You cannot, unfortunately, it's not a job anybody can lay claim to experience to elsewhere because it's something that is put into use by the NHS. And the other location where you can have this is in the United States. So if you are not, if you have not worked in the UK, if you have not worked in the United States, it is difficult to say, oh, why I was in this sector in this country, I have this experience. No. And if you've tried that, by the time they put you to test, maybe during an interview, you will expose yourself to say you do not have this experience. And that is why T21 Services have put up training together, and we have trained quite a number of people who are doing excellently well in this field across the country. Now, let me quickly tell us this. This training is being offered by 2 organizations or 2 companies in the United Kingdom. One of them, unfortunately, does not train the public. They train specifically with NHS. And the other one trains anybody who is interested from the public. And the one that trains anybody interested from the public is T21 Services Limited. And that is why it is not something that you put on YouTube or anything and start telling you going through it because of the nature of what is involved. This is not something that you look, read, and you go. It is a job that you need to have the hands-on experience to make sure that when you are exposed to it, like the same thing you'll be doing when you get to the job. And that is something that will give you an edge when you try to get a job with this. And that is why T21 Services has put a training together, a training that will last from 4 to 6 weeks, where people will be trained on different aspects of the of IT and administrative roles in the NHS that relates to RTT and other informatics segment or section of the NHS. And this training will last 4 to 6 weeks. It's theory and practical. When I say practical, I mean practical where you are going to do it yourself. Practical that will expose you to what exactly you'll be doing on the job. And when you do it for weeks, by the time you get on the job, you can lay claim to the fact that yes, you have experience. And by the time you get on the system too, whoever sees you will not believe that you do not have years of experience because almost everything you'll be doing in the course of the job is what you'll have done in the course of the training. And the training holds Mondays, Wednesdays, Friday. That's 3 days a week, 2 hours per session, where you get your hand on both the theory and the practical. You will see things you want to do, you will do them, you do it yourself. You have access, free access, unrestricted access to dashboards, to databases, and to uh, software and applications you'll be using to do the job while you get the job, when you get the job eventually. While you're on the training, you have unrestricted access that gives you that fluidity and experience, unlimited access that you can get you. If you work and if you wake up 12 in the midnight, you say that's when you want to do your own, you can get it done. The class is virtual, the training class is virtual, and it is open for people who want to do this. And while the class is virtual, for those who are going to miss it, everybody is going to be given access to a separate dashboard where you can come back to and watch the video, read and learn. Materials are uploaded, are front-loaded before the training starts, and everybody have access to it. You can read ahead, you can study ahead, and when the class starts, if you miss anyone, it will be recorded and you can go back, watch the video. If you have any question, you can take the question back to the tutor, you can ask your teammates, and as a matter of fact, after your training, you are not left alone. And that's one good thing about this training in T21. You are not left alone. How? When you finish your training, you'll be added to a community of graduates who have done this training, who are working already, who can actually guide and help through to navigate, who will hold your hands till you get your job, and or whatever type of job you are planning to get, you're going to get it. And how does it work? What do you need to get this done? You just need to have a system, either a laptop or a desktop, whichever one that you use, with uninterrupted power supply, and also you need to have a good internet infrastructure where because the classes will be online, all the trainings will be done online, and you will need internet facility to get that done. So that is what the whole thing entails. Now, what will you be learning in the course of the training? You will be learning the nitty-gritty of RTT validations. Because you'll be new to it, we'll take you through medical terminologies that are used and that will be useful for you in the course of the job. Also, we're going to expose you to what is called the patient administration system. The patient administration system is a system that is used by NHS to manage the EPR, the EMR, which is the electronic patient record, electronic medical record, the pathway and files, and everything that has to do with the patient. And that is what you'll be working with by the time you get the job. You will have in-depth understanding, a very good knowledge and exposure to this application during the training. The training is the application, the software, they are in-house built. It is not something that is just anyway. It is something that you're going to use when you get to work, and that is what you'll be trained with. This that you'll be trained with is in-house built, and it's going to be exposing you to what you need to know and how you need to do what you know when you get a job. And the skills, the knowledge that you're going to be acquiring will be based on reality and practical. You're going to have hands-on experience, you're going to do it yourself, and in such a way that when you get to the job, there's nothing that you will see that will be new to you. And that is what we will be offering as a training. And like I said, the requirement for this training, if you don't need to have any prior IT experience. It is not anything. Basic computer or smartphone proficiency. Once you can work on a phone, once you can work on a system, then you can do this job, and this training is for you. All you just need is to have a working system, stable internet connection, and environment where you can learn and access with your system. Just put Microsoft Office on your system, because we'll be doing a bit of Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel, which are basics in the in computing. Now, beyond the training, we offer what is called community support. Like I said, so many people have had trainings where they've done training and they are abandoned at the end of the training to go and no. Here we're going to put you up in a community, in a team of people, graduates, people who have learned this job, who are working already, and who have worked in different trusts, who are still working, and they will mentor you till you get your own job. And in the course of the training, we will have looked at what you need to get a job. One, the first thing is the training. The second thing will be, do you have a good CV? We will train you on how to tailor your CV to something that is going to sell you out to recruiters, and that is going to be able to match up what ATS is looking for when you apply for a job. So your CV can easily be screened till a human being sees it. And also, we will prepare you for interview. We're going to hold a session where we're going to uh, show you how to prepare you for interview, and give you the tips you need to succeed at an interview. After this, you also have access to mentors who are going to mentor you, guide you, hold your hands till you can stand alone. Even after you get the job, if you have issues that needs us, then you can still come back and we're going to help with it. Now, let's talk about the market for this job. Like I said the other time, if you put any of those job titles that I said, from pathway coordinator, pathway manager, pathway validator, RTT validator, RTT this, RTT that, put it on the system, you will see thousands of jobs that will come up on it. And the good part is that as some are expiring today, tomorrow if you come, you see new ones that are being uploaded. Before now, it used to be each trust having a team of validator. No, it is each specialty, each department, each having their own set of validators, which keep expanding the scope of the job. And what you're going to be learning is something that's going to open you to multiple job opportunities, from appointment scheduling to patient registration management to waiting list management, which is a key thing in NHS. We're going to expose you to all these. We're going to navigate you through the UK market job, how you can actually get job from the job market, how you can actually have an edge in the whole thing. We are going to expose you to all this and show you in reality how it is. Now, let's talk about the good part of this job. There are two sides to this job. One, if all you need is you have a career, you want to earn just any more money from a side hustle, and you're looking for a contract role, yes, you can get a contract role that is going to pay you between 180 and 250 per day. Between 180 pounds and 250 per day is paid on a contract role. And if you do not want a contract role, if either you want to switch career to IT or you want to stop, maybe you work as a care support worker at this time and you don't want that long hours thing that you take you to go and work, say, 11 hours at a stretch, you want to have a better work-life balance that is going to be able to, you'll be able to manage well, this job is available for you to get on permanent basis. And when you get this job on permanent role, depending on your location, depending on where you are, but the good part is there is nowhere you get this job and you are doing it that is not a job of pride, that is not a job of good dignity, that is not a tea drinking job. And for those what they need is to have a job that is going to give them sponsorship. I'm sure we are all almost, if you're not aware, most people are aware that since 9th of April, the NHS has actually stopped sponsoring new intakes, HCAs, healthcare assistants who are new, who have not worked with them for 2 years. They've stopped issuing certificate of sponsorship to them. But on this role, till last week, people are still getting certificate of sponsorship on this job role. So if your own reason of migration is to get a certificate of sponsorship to have to legalize stay in the country, yes, this is another job opportunity. And it is easy to spot when you are applying for the job. If your focus is to have a certificate of sponsorship, yes, you can easily spot that if you'll be eligible, if you'll be qualified, or if the job will be offering COS. It will have been expressly stated in the advert that, okay, this job will offer COS. If that is your priority, then you use that to filter whatever job you're going to be applying for, and you move on. And I can guarantee you that if you are focused on what you are doing, definitely you're going to get what you are looking for. And like I said, we'll help you we'll guide you on how to craft a CV that is competitive and that is going to sell you in the market world. We're going to give you hints on how to get your good job, your dream job with a good CV. We are going to highlight the what are necessary and what recruiters are looking for on your CV. The good part is that this company is a recruitment agency, and that gives an insight into what recruiters are also looking for when they see your CV. We're going to guide through this and help you to get all these things done. And I'm sure there's nobody that's going to take this role and will regret taking it. For inquiries, if you need an inquiry, I have the details of the company on the screen. But before I open the floor for questions and answers, I want to see if the CEO has a few things to add to what I've said. Thank you so much for your time, for listening, and I appreciate you. Mr. Wonifari.
Well, thank you very much today. Thank you guys for joining us and still being with us. So just a few more things that I would love to add is just, the tutor has done a fantastic job. What is RTT? Some of you might be saying, what is this all about? Like he rightly said, RTTs is referrals to treatment. Don't even think about that for a second. So what you need to understand about this is you are not a medical doctor, you are not a nurse, you don't have to be. What you need to be able to excel in this job is have a computer, have a good internet. As long as you know how to operate your smartphone and you operate your tablet, you are good to go. So the good things that we've done is we've actually built the systems that mimic the one that they use in the NHS. That is what we do, practical hands-on. We believe in practical in T21 services, work experience. Because in this part of the world, you cannot work without work experience, but you're going to be having that work experience with us. So we build the system. It's more or less like someone that wants to be hired as a driver. And where they want to go and interview you for this driver job, you already start driving the same car before. You're not going to have a problem when you get to that work interview or when you start working. That is the same methodology that we have adopted in T21. So we're going to train you theoretically, which is like 20%. The practical hands-on is the 80%. So you're going to be doing by yourself. And we're going to be exposing a lot of things that you don't know. Like what the tutor said, and I know he's still going to show you, there's a lot of jobs that you don't even know that is out there. Tunde, can you please navigate to the slide where we have all the jobs? Thank you. So I'm sure that a lot of people did not know that this kind of jobs is available in the UK. So patient pathway administrator, patient pathway coordinator, patient assistant, it's not a rocket science. Trust me. With this training, we will turn you to a mini doctor and a mini nurse within 4 to 6 weeks, because the remaining 2 weeks will be for your CV optimization, job applications, and etc. So you understand how those things works. So I can tell you there are thousands of jobs on this, and people did not know. There's nothing wrong with healthcare assistants. There's nothing wrong with kitchen porters. I've done it when I first come to the UK, but if I have had this opportunity or having this kind of information, I would have gone far. So here we are now. So this information is available to you guys. That's gone off. The screen has gone off today, please.
Yes, I want to actually bring up another screen for them to see something.
Okay. So, for people who is looking for sponsorship, our students that we've trained, some of them are applying for job and they have sponsorship. If that is your, some of them, that might be your priority. Yes, the opportunity is available there. We've also trained people that end up to go and work in home office. So our training you in RTT and hospital administrative does not mean you have to work only in the NHS. So there's a lot of opportunity that this will open for you. So, but when we start the training, you still have to get what we are talking about. Or what we are saying is there's a lot of opportunity in the UK here. Even as a matter of fact, I know some of you are in Nigeria or in Africa and you still want to migrate here. There's a lot of jobs in the NHS that is still sponsoring. But I'm not talking about you go and paying some people that's going to scam you. I'm talking about dealing directly with the NHS, know how to do the applications, know the language to speak, answer the interview properly and the guideline. And, before you know it, they are still issuing COS every day. And like I said before, T21 also have other opportunities that is not UK. We have Canada opportunities. We also have other countries opportunities for both students and as well as work permits. So if this UK one of you are not in the UK or this is not for you, we always have something. You can always DM us on our admin and our experts, or I will be able to advise you on what to do. Like what the tutor was showing now. So there's 1,004 jobs. That is only for RTT validators. And if you see when we show you that job, we show you more than 10 or 15 jobs that you will be able to do after you complete this course. It's huge. And this is being updated every 2 days. Some job is dropping off while they are updating a new jobs. And you will even know if they're going to offer you sponsorship from get-go. Some of you said, I'm looking for a job for sponsorship. You don't even know. How do you even know the one that offers sponsorship and the one that does not offer sponsorship? So we're going to take you through all this through your training, and how to apply for the jobs and, the practical part of it. Because they're going to be putting some computer in front of you. If you don't know, they're not going to be asking you theoretical questions that we are used to. So if they put a computer in front of you and you don't know what to do, it means that you don't know. So we're going to make sure that you go through all this. By the time you get there, if you say you're working for 3 years, nobody's going to query you. As a matter of fact, our previous students that we've trained that are working, some of them have become manager within a short period of time because of the kind of impact we have in them, because we prepare them for the future, not just, because I'm sure that some of you are aware that in the UK here, it is what you can do, not your certificate. If you like, have PhD. Do you have the work experience? That is what counts. So, Tunde, please, if you can navigate to this cardiology. So let's see, and we can show you some of them. If you are looking for
So
contracts
now
or
I
permanent.
change it from RTT validation to pathway coordinator,
Okay, you've
and it
changed. So,
brings up 3,603 jobs.
okay, so these are the jobs that are available. So I know a lot of you is not familiar with this. Some if it is not healthcare, there are thousands of jobs in the NHS, thousands. But do you have the technical know-how? And like we said, this is not, if you go and watch on YouTube, this is not what you can just say, let me go and watch on YouTube and go for the interview. You can try it, no, there's no harm in trying, but I know that you run back. Like what the tutor said, I think T21 is well, as far as I'm concerned, and I know, my organization is the only one that is training public in this. The other organization that I know is training the NHS staff directly, but we are opening this, for public people. And we have few minority people here. I want our people to get into this. There's only few minority Black people that is into this industry. In fact, I can say boldly, the people that have brought in Blacks is through T21 or through people that I know, my colleagues and friends. So why not? The job is there. It's not only security that we have to do, it's not only healthcare assistance. Let them see us in office too. We can do office work. Even if you are from Nigeria, you are from Ghana, Zimbabwe, some of you are bankers back home, some of you work in bigger offices. There is nothing, no big deal. We just have to tell you how it's been done, take you through the system, the terminologies, how to use them. Like I said, we have already built the software that you're going to be using. It's the same, 90% similar for what you're going to be using when you get to the work. So why not? Why not take any opportunity? And for people who's looking for sponsorship, you don't have to go and pay ridiculous amount of money to go and be buying sponsorship that tomorrow might be terminated. Here is directly with the NHS. And this is where you're going to stay until when you be able to get your indefinite leave to remain. Why not? So whatever we're doing well. Please. The time is now. Nothing comes easy. So if you want to go to the next level, you have to be ready to pay the sacrifice. And the sacrifice is not much. You have to be a bit of compromising. The training is going to be heading from Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday, just 2 hours per section. And everything is going to be recorded, just in case if you miss class. But I'm not advising anyone to miss class because the practical is very, very important. You're going to be adding the patient to waiting list. You're going to be writing a clinic letter. You're going to be validating. You're going to be changing the codes. There's a lot of things that is in there. But what I'm saying is, it's not hard. Trust me, I trust my African people. I know what you guys is capable of. And we are here to hold your hands and make sure that we follow through to when you get your dream job. And that is the starting point. The starting point is to start. And by the time you get that job, we review you again because we are like a family. We don't leave you. We don't leave you in isolation. We make sure we hold your hands. We mentor you. We link you to a mentor who has gone through all this as well, who is working, and we will be able to support you. So please, there's going to be a room for questions later on. But can you see what the tutor is showing you? So even if you look at the job description, if you see what they are asking, it's ridiculous. Please, today, can you go down? You will see the qualification they're asking for. Look at qualification, education to A level. And I'm sure that a lot of you that is here have ND, HND, 2 BSc, 2 masters, 2 MBA, even PhD holders. Look at what they're asking for. So, but the only reason why you might not be able to do is the technical part of the things, and that is where we come in. Okay, look at this. Stop, tutor, please. See where it said knowledge of RTT waiting time, experience of outpatient booking. We have all these things. You're going to be doing it by yourself. Experience of implementing service improvement, understanding of how to interpret analytical data. All these things you're going to go through it is as easy as that. Scroll down. I'm not sure. Does this one offer sponsorship?
It offers. It does.
So look at it. So this job now said certificate of sponsorship, meaning that this one is offering you sponsorship for the right candidate. So all this thing is going to train you on. And by the grace of God, we have a lot of students that's going through our training, they've got job, and the job now gives them sponsorship and stuff. So we have people that are ready to help you as well. That's going to hold your hand. Thank you very much. I'll hand over back to them. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. We've taken quite a number of time. I want to open the floor for questions and answers for anybody who have questions, so we can quickly take them and address them and not take time unnecessarily from everybody. Thank you so much. The floor is open.
Yeah, my name is Marshall Denen Yaji.
Your voice is okay. Thank you.
Okay,
It's coming up. Thank you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear now.
Okay, my name is Marshall Denen Yaji. I'm here in the UK. I just want to ask, it's based on this very last information you've just given regards the certificate of sponsorship.
Yes.
It's just a quick one. Is this the requirement for this role stating that you would have had it already? That's the certificate of sponsorship as a criteria to apply for this very role?
No.
Or,
what this is saying simply is that this job, if you are given this job and you need certificate of sponsorship, they will offer.
Okay, through this, not that you
Through
need
this,
to.
not that you know. It is that this job, you can be given certificate of sponsorship based on this job.
All right. I wanted to be clear on that.
And one of the things you can do easily to know, once if you look through a job advert and you scroll down to this last part, after they've spoken about DBS and you cannot find this, that job has 70 or 80% chance of not offering.
Okay.
If this is not there. But the moment you have it, then yes, it's gone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think Justin just put a message in. Let me read as an answer.
Okay.
Just to say, please, in time of work reference, how can one prove they have done the job before? So, Justin, that is where we come in. T21 is not a small organization when it comes to this field. A lot of NHS trusts already know us. Myself, as the CEO of T21 Services, I've done this job before for decades. So I can tell you that I've worked in a lot of NHS trusts around the country. I've been to a lot of NHS trusts around the countries. When UK was still, old UK was still old UK. On a contract basis, they always move us to different NHS trusts to go and help them with their data and stuff. So to answer your question, as part of this training, you're going to have practical hands-on. I keep saying practical hands-on. Practical hands-on. If you don't have practical hands-on, you won't have what we call reference. So yes, you will be able to have practical hands-on, which leads you to reference. If that answers your question. Another question from.
Can I have a question? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, from what you said, my name is Buki. For what you said previously, that okay, you're gonna if we at the end of the training, are we gonna get like a certificate for it that shows that okay, I've been trained for this particular role, so I'm able to work in this particular role.
Yes,
are we gonna have something to show for it that
you will have a certificate. In fact, it's not only ordinary certificate; it's a CPD certificate.
Okay.
You have a point with CPD. We are registered with CPD. So it's not just that we're going to issue you a certificate of completion. It's a certificate that is registered.
That's my
question.
That sounds my question. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Someone asked if you're already on a sponsorship, can you get this job? Yes, definitely. Sponsorship means you have a right to work, and what you're going to tell them at the point of interview is that what the visa you have on, which will have been asked from the beginning, is what class of visa do you have? Tell them you have a skilled worker visa, and by that you'll be requiring sponsorship. And yes, for the ones that are qualified, that have, for the job roles that have sponsorship, they will give you the job and sponsor you.
In addition to what Mr. Tunde has just said, if you want to switch, yes, you can. So you can. So see, this is the smart way of doing this, which some of my students has done in the past. What they do is they take part-time from this job role. Why? Because if you're on another sponsorship, you are allowed to do 20 hours. So you can actually do these 20 hours. And then again, while you are doing your 20 hours, negotiating to them that you need sponsorship because you want to transit to be working for them full-time. Guys, this is full office role. You're going to be working in office settings entirely different from what you are used to. Do you understand? And some of the works are remote, and some will also be hybrid, but it's going to be advertised. They will show you. And when you get there, some managers, if they know that you know what you are doing, they might say there's no reason for you to be in the office. As long as you are delivering deliverables, they are happy for you to work from home or working in the office. Any other questions?
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes, another question, sir.
Jimuna, sorry.
Someone is asking for the success rate, I think percentage of students who have landed the job through T21 services.
So we have a lot of success rates. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I will tell you that we have more than 70% success rate. Because by the time you join the graduate group, you see a lot of students that are working, both permanent roles and contracts. Because some students, they don't need sponsorship, they are British citizens. They are in for the money, you know, and they just want to do the contract. The contracts can pay, you know, 180 per day and up to 250 for a start. But by the time you start to, you know, work 6 months, 1 year, you have more experience and you can lead a role. You can have up to 350, 400 pounds per day. And that is one job. You can actually do 2 or 3 jobs if you are working remotely, because this is not hard work. Trust me. By the time you start and by the time you understand what we are saying fully, you will know this is your pathway to get into tech. And like I said, you'll become a mini doctor. That's for sure. I can tell you before you finish this thing.
All right, thank you so much, sir. Another question from the chats. So, Shildo, sorry for if I did not pronounce that very well. Is this training equivalent to NVQ level 3?
So NVQ level 3, that is, I don't know, maybe you are referring to care and all this. So this is a bit different. This is more or less like administrative and an IT role. So what we'll give to you will be CPD certificate that you can transfer your points. So I won't say it is up to it is LVQ level 3, because I know the care settings use LVQ level 3, but this is not a care role. It might be in the NHS, it's not a care role. I repeat, it's not a care role. You're not going to be seeing any patient, you are dealing with data. You are not talking to anybody. You're going to be working on computer. So is data, you're going to be interpreting data, you're going to be cleaning data, you're going to be seeing if appointment has been made, is it the right hospital? Look, your job is a job that you're going to love because you are helping people, you are helping NHS. A lot of nurses and doctors and admin staff are making mistakes. That is why there's a queue in the NHS. You are coming in as an expert to help them reduce those queue. And what are you going to be doing? Is the right appointment booked? You are checking. What you are doing is for compliance. That's why we call it DQ, data quality, to make sure the accurate data is on the systems and to make sure that 18 weeks, what we call the RTT refers to treatment, 18 weeks, they met that target. There's a target that has been set and that needs to be met. So you're going to be raising flag when you see something is wrong, they've not done it properly. You are more or less like a detective that detects things and report it quickly before and escalate it before it got bad. Thank you.
Excuse me, if there's time for one more.
Go ahead, sir.
Still Marshall Deneyaji. Speaking on the success rate, because I find this very interesting, are there reviews? Do you have a platform where one can go back, do their research, see reviews?
Of course, sir. You can go on our Instagram page. You're going to be seeing a lot of videos.
Okay.
You can go on our YouTube.
Okay, just to be sure if that can be put on the screen. So some of
well, I'm not sure. Okay.
Or you can just point it out. I will just take
I think you can. So to make it easy because we have other people here, I think you can just go to our YouTube channel. You can go to our YouTube and go to our Instagram. If you just type T21 Services on Google, you're going to get it. It's all there.
Okay.
On our Instagram, you can go to our LinkedIn, you can go to our Twitter, you're going to find all those success rates. It's there.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, then. Thank you very much. Any further questions, guys? Any questions?
Yes,
from any question from voice, we can start from the chats.
Yes, from the chat now. Yeah, some people are asking about the cost. I know that will be attended to shortly, and also the timing and how often the class do come up. So, and I will be dropping the Instagram profile link on the chat now, so everybody can access it from here.
So we're gonna be starting this training fully on Monday, just to give everyone. And I know there's some people here who have already made commitment. In fact, some people on this call that have already made payments. And we are supposed to start since last week, Monday or something. But then again, we are moving it to Monday. We're going to start fully on Monday. So the training is going to be Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday. So what we do is, in each batch, if we have enough people that wants to do morning section, at least minimum of 5 people must be ready if you want to do morning sections. So the morning section is always from 10 a.m. to 12. So if it is afternoon section, evening section is always 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. But like I said, we have to have at least minimum number of students should be 5 that wants to go on that section. So, but we normally operate mostly in the evening from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I think most of our students prefer that. They will have come back from work Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, just 2 hours per section. You know, the theory class is more or less like 2 weeks. The practical is what we concentrate on more. We're going to give you access to our LMS, where you're going to be having all the recording videos, all our, materials. We also have another dashboard that will give you the practical hands-on, where you can practice everything, having patients, how to read clinic letter, how to have clinic letter, how to write them, how to interpret them, how to book an appointment for patient, how to outcome, everything that you're going to be doing in your day-to-day activities. We will do it through the training. We're going to be doing it practically. You will do it. You have your own patients. You have your own data. Like you go, when you get to work, what you're going to be doing, you will be doing it before you get to that job. So by the time you get to the interview, it's easy for you to, class it. You know what to do. And if they throw computer in front of you, you will just do it as if, it's a baby kind of thing. Any further question?
Yeah, just to add, how much is the cost?
So the cost of this training is £1,500. £1,500 is the cost. But I would say you contact the admin. I think the admin staff have some kind of discount for this batch. They are offering 10%, but you can talk to them. So after this class, you can DM them, or tomorrow morning when the office is opening fully, you can discuss with them. But the standard rate is £1,500.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so I can see someone said, Mr. Wonify, please can respond to our question. Okay, some of us cannot meet. Okay, I understand some people are working. Yeah.
I want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
What about if you miss morning section, is it possible to join evening section?
So that means if we have evening section available, because for this batch, if 70 or 80% is saying they want evening section, it will be evening section. So the students, make the decision. Majority carry the vote.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say now, let's assume you have both morning and
so
evening.
Yes. If let's assume that we have both sections, yes, we'll be able to go to evening section. Let's assume you are able to attend your section.
Join the evening section.
Yes, if evening